Hello, Master Duel Meta, and welcome to my Jank Labrynth deck profile. Here we go, Ikea Lab. Now, I am on a tablet because it runs faster than what I was on before. I know it doesn't have the best view as opposed to a PC, but hopefully most of you guys have come from Master Duel Meta and you've seen the list. I'll go through the list briefly because I feel like I'm running certain things that most people aren't running and certain things that most people would rather see in these decks I don't have. So to start off with the just strangest things, I haven't seen too many Labrynth decks run Kurikara, I haven't seen too many run Nibiru, and I haven't seen too many Evenleys. I'll start off by saying just Nibiru is the best card in this deck, like by far. When you go second against Dragon Link, or when you go second against like that 60 card branded soup that's running around, like your Gamma's not gonna really help. Your Ash Blossom isn't gonna help. And I really didn't like having a Gamma around too much, which is shocking. Because I know the logic with Gamma is that, well, if you draw the driver, you'll just be able to discard the driver with your furniture. You don't really see the furniture in your hand too often. Like, people were memeing about the Stove Torby hit, but really, like, it does do something to consistency. And half the time, Gamma, it's kind of just dead in your hand if you have a monster on the field. So if you top deck Gamma, and you have like an Ari on the field, you can't really even use it, as opposed to a hand trap where even later on in the duel it'll be useful. And it would just be so painful when you're going first and you have Gamma in your hands because you're probably never going to use it if you also have your starter. And your main starter, of course, being Ari. Kurikara really is here because I don't have a third Nibiru, but Kurikara also won me games, especially against Vanquish Soul. You can tribute their monsters. I know some people are running Lava Golem for the two Vanquish Soul monsters to tribute them away, but we really won our normal summon in this deck, which is Ariana. I know the world champion wasn't playing Eradicator. The world champion of not Josh, but for the last Duelist Cup, he topped the last Duelist Cup was topped by a Labrynth deck, if you didn't know. And they were not using Eradicator and they were running Ishizus. I tried running the Ishizus, but it really didn't the Ishizus, again, the furniture, I would often just have an Ishizu with no furniture. So I'll just go through every card once. I'm assuming most of you come from a Master Duel meta, so you'll see my list there. But just in case, if you're just some random Master Duel guy who stops by, I'll hit every card once. Lovely. So one of the reasons my Labrynth deck looks so different is because I actually played mainly the trap heavy version of Labrynth. So this is really the first time I'm actually climbing with the furniture. And one reason this is a Master like 5 deck profile and not a Master 1, because I actually started this a couple days ago. And it's pretty close to the end of the month, and I'm not really trying to climb higher. I started this in Plat, because after I hit a Master 1 with Ensure Runic, I just decided to drop down. Also, my extra deck, I have a really good Dogmatika punishment package in this deck, and I only have one Chaos Angel just because I can only afford one Chaos Angel. I really rarely made Chaos Angel. Perhaps that's a skill issue. But again, with the Stove Torby hit, you're not going to make Chaos Angel as much. I never went into Evil Sworn. I never went into Baguska. I never went into Zeus. I made Nightmare Phoenix once. I made a Nightmare Unicorn once and won a game. I made Nightmare Griffin once and lost. And I never made a Goddess. So really the extra deck that matters is the Entis package. And yeah, I really wanted going second blowout cards and it really worked. I ran Gamma a bit, but I was bricking. And Floodgates. Rivalry kills Vanquish Soul, which is everywhere right now. Skill Drain is hit or miss. It hurts you, but usually it hurts your opponent more. The game I ranked up into Master with, Skill Drain pretty much carried. Gozen is typically pretty good, especially against Vanquish Soul, which is running around. Going second against Vanquish Soul is really not fun. You want something to just completely shut them down. And yeah, this is the list. I guess we'll get into replays unless I can think of something else that I really want to mention. I was running Ghost Bell for a bit because I was sick of Gamma being dead, but Bell was dead in my hand just as much. I climbed from Plat 5 to Master with this, and most of the teching I did myself. So that's why it might look a little odd compared to most, and other than that, I guess we'll get into the replays. Okay, these are the replays I have. I don't remember most of them. It goes from December 24th to 27th, so I did this over the course of a couple days. I only started saving them once I got into Diamond, and I don't remember a lot of these. Hopefully they're all Labrynth replays, but we'll get into the first one against Sunny2895. We're going to confirm his deck. And he is playing Kash with 49 cards. Okay. Interesting. I hate how the mobile version doesn't have the rarity of cards, but that could just be me remembering differently. Okay. Interesting. I don't know why it's 50 cards. Maybe there are bricks he doesn't want to draw. It seems weird to have a 49 card deck, but also be running a Planet Pathfinder. But maybe he has crossout targets? Whatever. We'll get into it. Duel 1. Play. But yeah, this tablet runs so much faster. To be honest, if you look at my Master Duel meta deck profile, I think I mentioned it earlier, I got pretty high with Naturia Runic, but I couldn't post the video because it was just unwatchable on what I was recording on. So I'm very glad to have this iPad. Okay, we go second, but we have Maxi. They have called by. Because of course they do. So going second here, not too sure. Yeah, he's going to start comboing off. Grabs preparations. Fenrir. Clock? What? Huh? What am I... Okay, so I used clock. I then... Oh, that's nifty. So since I used the furniture after clock, Clock's going to revive itself. Unless I messed it up. Because again, I am learning this as I go. So I'm still running Gamma on this. And I also ran Dimensional Barrier. They banished the D barrier, I believe. I'm going to bounce back Clock. Activate Lovely. Book of Moon Lovely, that does nothing. Unless they can't attack. I destroy the Arise Heart, and they have Tactics. They draw 2, but that stopped them. So you guys can see there, even though I went second, I could actually use the Clock, and I can interact with them, despite having only Maxi get negated as a hand trap. I have Rivalry. I don't know if that's going to help me here. Flip over Lovely. They have the trap. What's this do? Is this just revive once per turn? Look at your opponent's hands. Oh my god. Lovely's going to reset. Compulse. Activating Clock again. He's going to banish another card. He's going to go for Big Welcome. Was that big? No, that's just regular Welcome. Okay. Activate. No. What? Who are you crossing out? Oh, crossing out Kashtira Unicorn. That way he can revive. Clock's going to bring itself back because I activated Chandelier. I'm activating Big Welcome. So you can activate Big Welcome and Grave to bounce something on the field as long as you have one of the big ladies out. So I activated Big Welcome to bounce back their preparation so it doesn't activate because it's a continuous trap. And they're going to scoop it up. Then, yeah, the advantage was really starting to pack onto them. So Labrynth is real good at grinding most of the time. So I'm just going to go on to game 2. And the reason that's relevant is because sometimes I'll be like, this is unwinnable, I'm going to leave. But if you leave, you're getting rid of your main win condition. So you really want to not be quitting. And here's Vanquish Soul. The taker of noses. These guys have been everywhere. And I'll be honest, it was painful because I only play Master Duel. So that means when a new deck comes, I don't know what the hell it does. Super Heavy Samurai's coming. I'm horrified. So Vanquish Soul came to Master Duel, and I didn't know what it did. I had to relearn it. And, yeah. The good news is, Vanquish Soul needs all the cards in their hand, and Labrynth is really good at ripping cards from the hand. So last duel I went second. Hopefully, maybe this will be a go first. So my strategy, my typical Labrynth combo is to try to rip 2 from the hand, and after I see what cards they have, I can set a trap on the beginning of their turn to hopefully adjust to what they have. So here you see we have Gozen Match. Set 2. Speed this up. I'm actually so unused to the speed because it's so much faster than what I'm used to. So I maxi them. That's unfortunate. Yeah, maxi is the best floodgate in the game. Okay. They reveal Kurikara. That's discouraging. But they do special summon, letting me draw. And Gozen Match. That should just shut them down, to the best of my knowledge. I will activate Punishment. Not Punishment. I'll activate Imperm just to summon. That seems... I guess. Maybe I should have saved that. But I have Rivalry too, so it's over. Because I want to say, not only are they different attributes, they're also different types. So this is a Beast Warrior. That's a Fiend. Yeah, they're cooked. And that's Fire. That's Dark. That's Earth. Yeah, so very unfortunate for this guy. This recent ban list banned a lot of floodgates, and I'm about to get a bunch of money because I have a stun deck. So so many people just clicked off the video. They're like, "You have a what?" But I'm gonna be able to dismantle Inspector Border. I'm gonna be able to dismantle Tikaboo. They didn't quite like, they're hitting Runic to the point where it's unplayable, but not to the point where you get money from it. So something to note is I used Punishment, and I said Fossil Warrior, because the way Punishment works is that you send a card from the extra deck to the grave, and you destroy a card with equal attack on the field. But you can send cards to the grave with the effect. So what Fossil Warrior does is that on my turn, I can banish it, and I can destroy a monster. And there's also a spell and trap version of this. It's this right here. So on my turn, I can banish it, destroy spell and trap, and Entis just destroys something the turn it's sent. So I have a real... Ooh, that ain't good. So I have a really optimized deck for Dogmatic Punishment. So they use their Kurikara to get rid of my one big lady. But the thing is that they can't revive it because of these two floodgates. Because Kurikara typically revives on their turn. I use the Fossil War in my grave, destroy Kurikara, activate Big Welcome, set... Oh my goodness, it's going so fast. Okay, I set Eradicator, Lovely's gonna pop in the hand. Really makes me appreciate, like, the commentating DK does. Set, this is so over. Because now I can pop from their hand, and like I said, Vanquish Soul, if they want to take your nose, they gotta... they gotta, like, have cards in the hand. I'm gonna set again. Who do I grab? Kuklok? Yeah. Why'd I grab Big Welcome? Do I not have a... I think that was a misplay. I grabbed Welcome just, like, for the fuck of it, but I probably should have grabbed, I'm forgetting the name. Sets everything to face down defense position. They're gonna try to Zeus me, but they can't. Zeus is a machine. Oh, Dryden, okay. I stand corrected. They're gonna destroy a card. They get rid of Gozen, but, like, you can't play into Rivalry either. Daruma Karma Cannon, that's what I'm thinking of. I'll get Ariana. Ariana get the field spell. Turn 2. So Dryden, I believe, just quick effect can pop a card, right? The detachment material, then target one face-up card on the field, destroy it. So I wonder who's gonna pop. Definitely Lovely. I don't know why he didn't. Does it have to be during the main phase? Dryden's so old. Zoodiac was a tier 0 archetype from just before my time. Once per turn. No, it didn't have to be during the main phase. He definitely just should have done that. Unless I misread the card, which apologies if that's the case. Attack with Ari. Ariana beatdown. Something I was thinking about was putting in Ariane, the other Labrynth monster, because Ariane can summon Ariana. So she's basically a 1-card Exoton, a 1-card Zeus. He's going to scoop it up. That, you can see that it just starts really piling on. So the way you beat Vanquish Soul is outgrind them, go first, get your floodgates. But definitely, like, I believe it's the strongest deck in the game right now. So up next, we're going up against Sky Striker. So this should just be... I mean, Eradicator really does just destroy Sky Striker. I don't know enough about Sky Striker to really commentate on the deck list. But when I was coming up through, like, Plat, what I was doing blind first was just, like... I mean, every time you go first is blind. But I was, like, just blindly activating Eradicator a lot, which actually caused me to lose a decent bit. I'd much rather see what they have and then set a trap that's relevant to the situation. I'm going first. I'm going to dig deep. Dig for 6. Do we see Ariana? Still have Gamma in this version. Get Big Lady. Not the best. Very annoying how it'll cover half the screen with a monster effect. I need to see if I can get rid of that. Be more like the PC. Upstart, draw a card. Banish 10, draw 2. I'll Ash that. Probably not a good idea. Probably would have been a better idea to Ash Engage or something. But I'm older and wiser now. Kaiser Coliseum. He played in the Emperor column. Okay, get a double negate. Kaguri. Oh, they're under Maxi still. I'm telling you, Maxi is the best floodgate in the game. All those times I was playing, like, stun, I should have really just played Maxi, because Maxi is a stun card. Talk about a floodgate they should ban. Jesus Christ. I hate that card. Okay, I'm going to bounce. activate Big Lady's effect. For those you don't know, if you activate a trap card and your opponent doesn't respond, a normal trap card, you can activate Big Lady to set a normal trap from the deck. So when a Labrynth player activates their trap card and they have Big Lady, and this one's Big Lady, you're going to want to chain something in response. So I'll use Punishment here. They're going to take control of my Big Lady, but that doesn't really matter. Entis is going to pop my own card. Then it's going to revive from the field spell because I played a non-Labrynth normal trap. Normal summon Ariana. Ariana is going to get me furniture, attack, attack. So I actually did this wrong. When you see I activated a Stove Torby. When you have them both in your hand, activate Chandelier and not Stove Torby. Because if another normal trap goes off, Stove Torby is going to go to the field, Chandelier is going to go to your hand, and then you can activate Stove Torby again. So if you have both of them in your hand, you can actually get both their effects off in a certain situation, but you have to activate Chandelier from the hand. So, misplay. Something I didn't realize till later. Because again, I'm not used to Furniture Lab. If you look at other videos on this channel, I'm playing the Trap Heavy version. Because that's the only one that was worth playing. So, I know there's Sky Striker. I set the Eradicator. I'm gonna, oh my god, chain 4. See, that's something you don't get when you're playing Stun Lab. You don't get the chain 4s. Eradicator. Boom. Yeah, it's call spells, and that's it. Another card that people have been calling to ban. I noticed on the last Master Duel ban list, the ban list came out like this morning where I am. This duel's 1 turn. What? Why is this duel 1 turn? Huh? Okay, we got a 1-turn duel here. But the ban list came out like an hour ago, or at least I saw it like 30 minutes ago from where I am. Probably came out overnight. And they didn't touch Eradicator. They actually didn't touch any lab card. But also, if you look at the recent play rate, Labrynth hasn't really been, like, topping too much. Psy-Frame Driver. A card I removed. Did he just... Oh. Okay, so I'm going second. I think. I activate Kuklok. Kuklok provides itself. Because I activated a furniture, and it's their turn. So, even though I did not... my hand trap got negated, I could still set Big Welcome, and I can still have a pop on their turn if I have the proper arrangement of cards. What? Did their Unicorn get negated? Did I see that right? Anyway, I'm going to use Lovely to pop... Oh, okay. I mean, that was almost too fast. I was distracted, but... Pretty much on their... That's why it's turn 1. I interacted with them on their turn. I used Lovely to pop the guy that tributes himself to search the field spell. So that was nifty. So the reason that duel's there is probably just to show you that even without hand traps, you can interact on your opponent's turn. This is a 9-turn duel. Up against Branded Soup. Branded gets so much support, and then they all get like limited and semi-limited, or they only play it in 1, and then they get more support. And it's kind of turned into this deck of like just a bunch of good one-off cards. Like 1 Branded Lost, 1 Branded Fusion, like 1 Branded and White. Again, this could just be like a trash branded list. Like maybe people don't do this. But I don't really understand what they're doing because there's so many like 1 random off cards. Like obviously I know like negate the Branded Fusion. Like I know the basic stuff. But especially like the 60 card variants, which are running around, the grass variants. It looks real fun to play, but it's just so expensive. Like, how are you supposed to reasonably build a branded deck if you haven't been following the support? Like, you don't. There are too many URs. Who goes first? I've been going second last couple replays. They max C me. I go first, but I'm under max C. Unfortunate. I'll grab Big Welcome. Did I again? Yeah, I definitely didn't figure this out till later. I used Stove Torby again. Use Chandelier if they're both in your hand. Even though it's not relevant to this situation, it's going to be relevant someday, and you're going to be glad that you got in the habit. Get Big Lady. I'm assuming we're going for... What are we going for? Kuklok? Okay. That's going to bring back these two. Activate Kuklok. So... This might be an example of why I stopped doing a blind Eradicator, because I call spells, not knowing what they're in, and I destroy 1 spell. So typically later on when this happens, instead of just calling spells, I would set, oh, I already have Durham Karma Cannon. Never mind. But typically I would set Durham Karma Cannon, He has the branded fusion. I have nothing. Bro's about to go crazy. Bro's about to get the whole gang. And yeah, here we go. When I was newish to Master Duel, I was coming back. I would only play like Dueling Network, which was an old thing you could play when I was a kid. And I'm talking like 13 years old. So I was very, very bad at the game. I didn't know anything about the meta. I would just play archetypes that looked cool, that weren't relevant for a long time. I was not a fun person to play against. I didn't know any of the rules. And Dueling Network, that's when like it's not automatic like this. You actually have to play the cards and you have a chat to communicate with your opponent. Like you can play a card anywhere. It's very, very different. But when I came back from that and started playing Master Duel, one of the first actual good deck I made was Eldritch. And why would I talk about Eldritch? Eldritch was rather cheap. So that's probably what got me into this whole trap card thing. I don't know why I went on that rant. I was going somewhere, but I forgot. But Eldritch is what led me into Labrynth. Oh, I remember now, because one of the better versions of my Eldritch deck was branded Eldritch. Like, you could play a bunch of Floodgates, and then you could drop branded Fusion and play around them perfectly. And unfortunately, I dismantled my branded cards. I was such a dumb new player. Because whenever I wanted to make a new deck, I was like, oh, I gotta dismantle my old deck to make space. So I, like, dismantled my entire branded engine for, like, Plunder Patrol or some nonsense. Hooplock. I hope you've been following along with this, because I was reminiscing about the old days. This looks very, looks like not ideal. I flipped the field spell. He's doing his branded nonsense. Turn 4 out of 9. So it seems like I've survived the initial onslaught. He's not even drawing into destroy that. This is gonna trigger my graveyard effects. And that's the thing. The furniture reoccurring is really it's tough. So I'm gonna activate Coup Clock first. You always activate Coup Clock first, because after you activate Coup Clock, when you activate the furniture, Coup Clock revives itself or sends itself to the hand. Gonna use Big Welcome to bounce Mirror Jade. That way its battle effect doesn't activate. Dismay Quarter to set Big Lady to 0. Yeah, all of a sudden this is starting to look like I just win. Because even though I have less cards in them, all my cards come back. And typically branded, they have ooh, I could only get Ari from the ew, he's negating my Ari. I could only get Ari from the deck, which means all my boss monsters are probably in grave. 2 Big Lady, and my Lovely's banished. Okay. This is the game I went into Nightmare Unicorn. Discard 1. Queer, this is gonna do something. So I go into Nightmare Unicorn to bounce them away. And phase, he doesn't want the smoke. Why did I do that? Just for more damage, I guess? Drawn to Ash. Oh my god. What is this game? Whoa, lag spike there. Dang. That's not good. Good thing I have Ash. Oh my goodness. Top deck City. End phase. My turn again. Drawn to Driver. Tribute summon Driver for game. I remember that game. I don't remember how it started, but I do remember Tribute summoning Driver. Well, that was goodness. Even going into Unicorn, okay. Whew. Usually Driver is not the best draw in those situations, but when you can Tribute summon it and go for game. But yes, ultimately I did take Driver out. 45 cards. Not a whole lot of 40 cards running around. What is this in? Diamond 4? Maybe that's why. People aren't the most optimal yet. Not saying you're a bad player if you're in Diamond 4, but what? I mean, I don't know. I don't play Vanquish Soul, so maybe this is real optimal, but when I see 45 card decks or like 46 card decks and they just have like, I don't know, like 1 Nibiru, 2 DD Crow, like 1 Crossout, 1 Imperm, which I guess they're Crossout targets, but it just hurts me. The only time I'll play like 50 card decks is like sometimes I'll cope. So in Lab, you really don't want to draw Lovely. And before the new support came out, Lovely was like your only boss monster, and I got so sick of drawing her, I think I went from like 40 cards to 50 cards. Didn't work, of course. Still drawed her. But I guess maybe there's some bricks, or maybe just wants to cross out targets. Because sometimes I'll be in a situation and I'll just roll out with 41 cards. So going first, discard Dogmatika Punishment, which hurts. But we'll see what we do. So we're going up against Vanquish Soul. He removes my... No, stop. Again with the Blind Eradicators. Wonder when I stopped doing this. But I guess I already have a Deriva Karma Cannon, and that's the only thing I would go for. They negate my clock, which I don't appreciate. So I can't even rip a card from their hand. They're going to get Raisin, which is their main combo starter. Soul, Caesar, Vanquish, what? I just call him Caesar. No, they destroyed my Ariana. Yeah, Vanquish Soul is just really just confusing to play against if you see them for the first time, because all their cards have two abilities. They can all just swap out, so they can use one, swap out for another. It is like, you have to keep track of what they have in their hand, what abilities they can activate. Ooh, Kurikara. You love to see it. As I discard it. I guess this will help me attack twice, because now I can go Virus, Tribute, call spells, no spells, which is why I stopped doing that. But I can at least attack twice, so now they're pretty low. And if you guys are wondering why I can attack twice, when you activate a non-Labrynth spell, the field spell revives you. Gonna get the whole gang back, activate you, and turn. So really what I want to be doing here, like, not only do they have no spells, they're actively drawing traps. Virus is not the best card to have against Vanquish Soul, which is maybe why that one guy who won the Duelist Cup did not play it. Okay, I gotta do something about these monster effects just popping up and blocking my whole screen. Every time that happens, I'm tapping the iPad screen to make it go away. If I don't do that, it just stays there. I think I saw an option to make it look more like 55% win rate. Jesus Christ. I think I saw an option to make it look more like the PC. But anyhow, they're going to swap out. But it's a non-targeting pop. So the field spell is real good against Vanquish Soul, because they'll try to swap out to protect their cards. But since you don't target, you can just choose a different card. So, we draw. Pretty good. Main phase, we're going to reset Deriva Karma Cannon. Because not only does it set all normal monsters to face down defense, but Link monsters just get sent to the grave. Whoa! Did they Imperm column me? Might have. Let's see. No, they didn't. They just Impermed my Ari. They're gonna get Raisin. Raisin's gonna start their whole nonsense. Reveals 3 in the hand. Toss my Lovely. Big Lady attack. Oh, yeah, so again, me not knowing what Vanquish Soul does, I figured, oh, I'll just attack this guy, but he has an ability. I know people say, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players can't read. Bro, it's Master Duel, I'm running out of time. I don't have time to read, bro. You just have to know what the cards do. And if a deck's new, that's not going to be you. So, quite unfortunate, but definitely an incentive to buy new cards. I actually really like the Vanquish Soul playstyle. I like how it's kind of control. There aren't too many, like, control Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. The most you bit, like, people say control, but really it's just a stun deck. Like, the closest I ever got to control was, like, the Naturia Runic, and even then, like, the main boss monster is pretty much, let's call it what it is. Like, Naturia Beast, that's a floodgate. And the Runic cards were control, like, it had potential, like Runic Sprite and whatnot. But there aren't too many, like, one-for-one control decks really out there. Because this guy, he isn't, like, floodgating me. He's just, like, attempting to play a control strategy. Control. I can speak. Which I like to see more of in Yu-Gi-Oh! I like it. I know they have a lot in Magic the Gathering. They have a whole color. The blue color in Magic's just control. Okay. Turn 2 on Eradicator. Still haven't drawn a single spell, I believe. Activate Big Welcome. Use Big Lady to set Imperm. which isn't the best against Vanquish Soul. You could only really imperm the... Okay. I was going to say you can only really imperm the Link. But yeah, he would have had no cards on field to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count 4, 5, 6. So they rolled out. And that's something I learned against Vanquish Soul. You really want to not give up against them because they can't put too much damage on the fields at one time. Because again, they're trying to control the game. That's the 9-game one. Did we just come back from the 7-game one? I always do this. I always forget where I was. I believe so. Okay, 2 turns. That implies this might be funny. Going up against Zoodiac. Crazy. Zoodiacs must have been so strong. Because I know they were tier 1, like... I don't even know when they came out. I want to say 2016. Don't kill me if that's way off. But they just unbanned, like... They put a card from 0 to 1. And they're already, like... relevant enough to climb with. And you can climb with a lot of Master Duel decks. But that's really insane. Because imagine if they just unbanned everything. Like, how strong must have Zoodiacs been? I know they had an OCG tournament. If I remember this, I'll try to put, like, the tournament data on the screen. Where they just unbanned everything. And Zoodiac's one of the strongest decks. And it's from years and years ago. It's like tier 0 Sprite Zoodiac. Must have been a terrible deck to face. Okay, we're going to go first. We activated Clock first so we can summon Clock. Since we hit Clock's ability, Maxi. So, that's kind of unfortunate. Because I guess we kind of got rid of their max. Stop, bro. They're shutting down our combo. But that would have been our combo. Ideally, we would have ripped a card from their hand. And then on their turn, would have ripped a card from their hand again. They have another Maxi. Ghost Bell. So I've, at this point in my climb, replaced Gamma with Ghost Bell. They're adding their Zoodiacs. I believe they get Rat here. Oh, no. That's not good. So when they go into Borbo here, they want to... I see how this ended. So when they go into Borbo can attack you directly. So they want to make Zeus here. Unfortunately for them, I have Big Welcome in my grave. I had it. Big Welcome can bounce a card. So they won't be able to attack. They won't be able to make Zeus. They already have done their one normal summon. It's Jover. Probably. Oh, he's still sticking around. No, he's not. So yeah, don't let him make Zeus. Moral of the story. Good thing I had Big Welcome in my grave, because that could have been bad. Monster Cardo. Confirm opponent's deck. Let's see what Monster Cardo's on. This is, these guys. These, Gate Guardians got new support. Which is funny, because for a long time, Gate Guardians were known to just have the worst boss monster ever. Which, obviously, is not in this deck, but you had to get these 3 on the field, which the old way, which was like 2 tributes each. So, and after you got these 3 on the field, you tribute all of them off for a boss monster with like 3,700 attack. It was just bad. So the fact that they got support that's actually good was, I was happy. Where's the busted guy? This guy is actually like not bad. 40 cards, nice, concise, makes me feel all warm and fuzzy, and they're level 7, so you can level 7 spam, use Kash. I've seen people also turboing out Galaxy Tomahawk, and okay, we're doing Monster Cardo. Like Kash turboing out those level 7s, the Galaxy Tomahawk combo, like that happened to me a couple times. Something I'm noticing is that in none of the games where we've played, like Nibiru hasn't come up. Probably because those are just like lame games, not worth saving. But just know, a lot of times going second, and I mean a lot of times, Nibiru just saved me. Easily the best card in the deck. I crafted a second one for this. I only had one. I strongly debated crafting a third. Maybe after I dismantle all my cards from that ban list, a third Nibiru is coming. Because also, another YouTuber, Tree3301, has budget tournaments. And I do pretty well in them. And recently the format's turned combo heavy over there. So I might use Nibiru. I'm thinking of rolling in with Weather Painters next time. This is... So, let's read this card. So, up to 3 times per turn, I want to say. I said let's read it, I'm just skimming it. When opponent activates a card effect that targets a card, you can negate it, destroy it, thrice per turn. So this is an issue, because a lot of my deck targets... Except, of course, The field spell, if you have it on, your welcome labyrinths will please don't Ash. Oh fucking course. The field spell will not target. But also, something else I didn't realize is that when this guy dies, he tags out for one of his Gate Guardian buddies. Fenrir, oh my goodness. This guy's cooking me, bro. Okay, gonna bounce that to the hand, destroy that. See, I didn't know this was that. I didn't know he would bring a friend. Like, and again, Yu-Gi-Oh players can't read. I don't have time to read, man. I'm running out of time. Because a lot of this deck isn't like the Sprite deck I played where it's like same combo every time. You have to think about a lot of decisions, a lot of choices. So I'd run out of time just from like thinking. I know like my turns seem relatively short, but I am like contemplating these decisions. So 2 of my zones are locked up. I bounce that away with my Big Welcome. Such a good card. I know recently in the OCG they banned Big Welcome. Probably deserved because Labrynth is way stronger over there with that new Labrynth card they have. But Big Welcome is just so... Because people must not just know what it does. Like, obviously, when you get to, like, Diamond 1 Master, people know what your cards do. But climbing up, people just did not expect the graveyard bounce. Which surprises me, because What? Oh, okay, that's smart. So I send Big Welcome, so I have a bounce. Bounce away that. Oh, my goodness. Past me smarter than current me. Get Stove Torby. Set Welcome again. Lady Effect. I would have popped everything on their field. So, yeah. But really, I want to emphasize, just because you don't see me activating Nibiru and destroying people doesn't mean I'm not. That was Monster Carlo, I believe. And now we have, it goes from 3 to 4 to 1. And that's because the higher I get, like, I save up all these replays. But maybe if I place again in Master, I'll have some. So, I believe the last one is just my rank up game. And really, probably the reason that you don't see too many of them at like 2 and 1 is because that's when I was really just blowing them out with Nibiru, Kurikara. Confirm opponent's deck. I played a ninja opponent. Is this him? Dang, that's unfortunate. Where's the ninja guy? It was really fun. Ooh, Ariane, a card I love just because I use her so much in the budget formats. In those tournaments I play. Won one recently. It was a team-based event. But the reason I was thinking of putting Ariane is because Ariane discard a normal trap and you special summon Ariana. Now you have 2 level 4s. You can go into a Baguska. I mean, he doesn't have one. But you could also go into an Exotum Knight, a Fiend. Attack, go up into a Zeus, wipe the board again. It's unfortunate this is 1 turn. Whenever it's 1 turn, I'm assuming it's going to be me using my Furniture and Big Welcome to bounce a card on their turn. But you never know. Loading in. Bro is on, that looks like 60 cards. 55. That's painful. Going second, they're going to draw 2. I have no hand traps. Okay, they summon Ib. So Ib is bad news. Ib is a Cyber, so didn't know that. But you link off Ib, give it to your opponent, and then your opponent can't special summon unless they use this card. Yeah, you cannot special summon monsters instead of link monsters, except link monsters. So Ib is bad news. It's a floodgate that'll shut you down, and all they have to do is link it off. But the thing is, they just normal summoned Ib, so I figured if I get rid of it, that might end their turn. So look, activate Stove Torby, send Big Welcome, activate Big Lady. I don't even know what Stove Torby's going to set here. Probably regular Welcome Labrynth, because I have 2 Big Welcome. Set regular Welcome. Now since Big Lady's on the field, I can bounce Big Welcome from the grave. And yeah, I would have just bounced it back to their hands. They have no normal summon. Incidentally, they have no extenders. And that's it. And this is... The last one is always the game that ranked me into Master. I have a really creaky chair I'm sitting on. It looks like we're up against Mathmech. Mathmech's one of the reasons that Bestials have been everywhere and just causing me pain. Oh, not Super Factorial. Red Reboot. God, I hate this card. This thing needs to be banned. I hate this thing. 45 cards. Running Red Reboot's interesting. Kurikara, I suppose. Is that a cross-out target? Probably. Usually when they have a bunch of random one-off cards, they're cross-out targets. Dark Ruler, no more. So many random one-offs. But again, cross-out targets. I wonder if every time he lost to a card, he was just like, I need that. I need to be able to cross that out. Just threw it in. Last game. I was in a Diamond 1, and I'd get to like one more game to rank up, and then I'd like lose, and then go up and lose. I think it took like the third time. Oh, Nibiru. Am I going second? I'm telling you, best card in the deck. Best card in the deck. I didn't put games in where I just Nibiru wiped people out because it's like I won because of a rock. Like no one cares. Any deck can do that. But since this is my rank up, I guess I have Nibiru. So I stupidly impermed Circular because I didn't want them to get Super Factorial, but that's dumb because this guy can get Super Factorial. But maybe it was the smart move because I'm counting summons. He goes up again, gets Splash Mage. I remember I was just so stressed. Even though I've gone to Master a couple times, it's still stressful. And then as they get Splash Mage, I Nibiru them. They go Effect Veiler, use Effect Veiler for Almirage. And at this point I was scared. I was like, dang, maybe I should have waited. But they end on this. They got a G Golem, the Nib token, and one of these is Super Factorial. So I know they're going to activate Super Factorial, and they're going to hit one of my 4 cards because I drew one. And if they don't hit Skill Drain, I win. Because it doesn't matter if they hit one of those, because like it just does it. So I go to attack. They're going to Super Factorial to get rid of my Nibiru. It is 1 out of 4 chance. I was like, please don't hit the Skill Drain. If they don't hit the Skill Drain, I win. Please, this is my 3rd time trying to rank up, and they hit the worst card. At this point, I'm happy. I'm celebrating. I'm like, I'm going the distance. Big Lady. Ari. Ari's going to grab, well, Big Welcome, not Big Lady. Ari's going to grab Big Lady. Big Welcome. Chain. Daruma Karma Cannon. Bounce Coup Clock so I can use it on their turn. Big Welcome returns. Skill Drain. Coup Clock. Oh my goodness. That way I can use it. And at this point, I'm like, please, it has to be over. They go into that. They probably can't do anything anyway. They have something to negate spell and traps, which I think is interesting. Because why would you not use that on Skill Drain? But it doesn't matter. With that, I ranked up once again after just not really playing ranked for too long and not trying to climb. I wanted to get the Gemmy Gems for perhaps Super Heavy Samurai. I know they recently banned a card, but because of that, I went back to Master and I was so happy. I'm like, I gotta tell my 3 YouTube subscribers what I've been up to. And with that, yes, thank you. Thank you for watching me, a lone frog, climb up. It was quite the experience. I changed a lot of cards. Never played Ikea Lab before, but I'm so glad I have someone I can tell about my achievements, because it's strange when you rank up in a game. You're like, yes, and you just have no one to tell about it. So that's why I record these videos. I post my little things to Master a little better. Hopefully, if you play Lab, you'll have some success. Maybe I'll climb to Master 1. Probably not. I'm kind of tired. Maybe I'll post some other fun replays. And with that, thank you. See you. Adios.